We are back for everybody's favorite day, and that is leg day. Yesterday there was no video. That is because I took a rest day. Reason for that: absolute disaster yesterday. We lost 1-0 to PSG in the first leg, and I was in the pub with a few of my mates watching it. And then we had a couple pints. And so it just wouldn't have made any sense really to get a workout in after that. So instead got myself some food, got some more calories in, and made it a rest day. But I'm back feeling refreshed, ready for this leg day. Like I say, this will be my first leg day in a few weeks actually, because before I went away on holiday, the next day was meant to be a leg day. Then obviously went on holiday, came back, and you can hate on me here, guys, but let's be honest. When you're out of the gym for a while and then you come back, you do not want to be doing a leg day as your first lift. So it was a chest day, and then we've come back round now, and now we've got legs today. For legs, I'm thinking no squats today. However, I still want to make it a heavy leg day, that including some leg press instead. Maybe I'll be doing some squatting, but ideally I don't think I'll really want to be coming back for the first leg day and loading up the barbell with 100 kg and doing squats there. But like I say, that's a maybe. What I'll do is I'll get my warm-up in and I'll see how I'm feeling. If something mentally just clicks and says, yes, I really want to squat today. Because don't get me wrong, I love to squat. That's actually my favourite part of the leg day. However, with that, I need to be smart because I feel like I mentioned it a few times. I've got slightly dodgy knees. And so, I just need to be a little bit wary. And so, with my first leg day back, do I really want to be doing that? I'm not sure. But regardless, it's going to be a good one for sure. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory, that being with quad work, hamstring work, adductors, and of course, calves. That's pretty much it. So, let's get in there. It's not too late. It's 10:20 on a Wednesday evening. It's actually 18 degrees outside right now still. I've got this jacket on inside the car. I've just put the windows down now, but it is getting warm in this car already. And I'm definitely not complaining. Don't get that wrong. But no point talking about this lift anymore. Let's get in the gym and let's get to it. Okay, thorough warm-up done. And the first accomplishment of today's leg day is I timed my pre-workout perfectly. Like it literally was kicking in as I was finishing off my stretches. For my leg days, I like to always 5 to 10 minutes on the bike. I've done actually 7.5. Nice and slow, get the blood pumping through the legs. And then I like to do static stretches, right? I've done some research on this because there's a lot of people who say you shouldn't do static stretches before you do a leg day, right? And I saw so many people saying this. I just saw people saying you can do whatever. So I was like, right, let me actually research this myself. It turns out, if you want to do static stretches, do it. Dynamic stretches, a lot of studies say that they're a little bit better. But for me personally, by doing static stretches, I just know the muscles are feeling warmed up enough. And by being on the bike, that sort of is dynamic stretching. But anyways, I said I might do squats. The decision was kind of made for me. Pretty much where the squat racks are, there's like 10 guys and they're all doing like calisthenics stuff and they've got the circuit going. So I was like, you know what, then that's my sign to just hop on the leg press. So that's exactly where we are. I've done a warm-up set, very light. And now I've got 60 on each side. We'll see how this goes. What I've been doing a lot for the leg press recently is is really focusing on keeping my heel planted on the leg thing, whatever you want to call that, the whole time. And since switching that way, I feel like I'm just feeling so much more hamstring and quad activation as opposed to if you're pushing at the bottom pretty much only with your toes. So give that a try if you are someone who pushes off their toes. So it's like there's definitely a benefit to keeping your heel planted. And I'm also going for depth. I'm really trying to bring it as far back down as possible before I press up and getting that quality range of motion for these sets. So that is that. Nothing else to say. We'll get my music going. Let's get into set number 1. Right, pretty good opener that. Then I was like 17 reps, which is a little bit higher than I would have wanted. But what that means is we're going to increase the weight for these next, maybe even 3 sets. I usually do 3 sets on leg press, but that felt so good. I'm leaning towards throwing an extra one in there. Yeah, we'll see. Great set. Let's move on to the next one. Right, another great set. What I've done is replace the 10s with 20s on each side. So we've got 70 on each side, 140 total. And that felt a lot better reps wise anyway. I was like 10, 11, 12. I lost count to be honest. But yeah, I think we're going to go for the exact same for this next set. And then for the last set, we'll most likely be dropping the weight down. One more, like I say, we're going to replace these 20s back to the 10s, I think, and that will be good for leg press. There's 4 quality sets. Honestly, sweating like a dog already. But yeah, very good start to this leg day. Let's move over to I think some leg extensions next. Okay, I had a leg day not too long ago, but it was a leg day where I wasn't working my hamstrings, and so for that reason I also wasn't doing any pressing. So it was pretty much just calves, quads, and adductors. But what I done then is on this leg extension machine, rather than what was it? I can't lie. Usually I only do 3 sets, but that day I think I done 6, and my quads were pumped like I've never seen them before, and I think that was a little bit of an eye opener. That perhaps I should be doing a little bit more volume when it comes to these leg extensions. Granted, that day I didn't do any pressing movement, so there was no quad pre-exhaustion. But I still think it's a good idea to do a little bit more volume. So 4 sets for sure. If I feel like my quads aren't completely fresh, by the way, look at this bruise. I got studded right in the leg there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, if I don't feel like I'm completely destroyed by that point, then we may potentially go for 5. And between sets, we're going to be supersetting with a hip adduction machine because they're not the highest in intensity, and it just saves me time doing them in between sets. So that is going to be the plan. Yeah, like I say, we'll see how many sets we'll get in before I feel like we should call it a day on this machine. But 4 for sure, potentially 5. Anyways, let's get into this first set. Alright, that one felt great. Yeah, let's see how many more sets we can get in. One quick thing to note, as I finish the second set, I don't know if you can notice, but I've got this backrest. I pushed far as all the way as you possibly can. And I started doing this for like 3-4 months ago when I came across the Jeff Nippard video. He was talking about how by doing that, you get a better stretch in your quad. And let me tell you, that is definitely something I'd also recommend. In the beginning, I was a little bit hesitant because you do have to drop the weight. You have to humble yourself a little bit, You've got to take that hit to the ego, but it's worth it, I promise you. Because, like I say, if you're much closer, your quads, they can't really stretch as much as opposed to if you're all the way back. And then you see where my legs come back to now at the bottom here. That is so much more stretched than if I was a little bit closer. Anyways, that's something that I felt has definitely helped grow my quads even more. But great second set. Definitely 2 more. I'm thinking we'll go for 5 today. So let's just keep going. Okay, that was 4 sets, and we dropped the weight there by 4.7 for the last set. And as you see, I only got, did I even get that 8th rep? I'm not sure. I think that's a pretty good indicator. The quads are done. I don't think another set is needed. Well, that's gonna, I think, add to his fatigue and actual muscle growth. Because yeah, let me tell you, my quads feel so full right now that if you've got a needle, they'll bloody explode. Yeah, in between sets I've been getting those hip adductions in, so let's cut to a set of that. But these leg extensions, very good. Hip adductions, pretty simple. And yeah, they're not the most, let's just say, alarming of leg movements, but if you're not doing these, you're missing out so bad. I only started doing them probably like half a year ago or something, but since then my legs have got so much thicker because all of that inside groin area, it just gets a lot bigger, and with that your legs just look thicker from the front. So definitely suggest doing these, and also these are so helpful if you're trying to improve your squat. I promise you, or even a leg press. If you're not doing these, throw these in during your leg days. They are seriously game changers. But this will be set number 4, and I'll probably do it because, like I said, I've been throwing them in between the leg extension sets. And then yeah, after this one, just hamstrings and calves, so the back of the leg. Yeah, let's go to the set first. Right, great set. Like I say, nothing to shout about, but I can definitely feel my legs on the inside are very pumped. And what I had recently is, with this bulk, because I am just getting bigger, my legs started sort of rubbing against each other when I get leg pumps, and let me tell you, it's not the best feeling. It is a little bit painful, but it's worth it. It's worth those gains. Yeah, we're done here. Let's move over to some hamstrings next. Right, plan was meant to be hamstrings, but I don't know what the odds of these are. Of this is, sorry, but there are 2 hamstring curl machines in this gym, and both of them are taken. So I guess the only positive there is that these people aren't skipping legs. I feel like they're still skipping leg days in 2025. Take a long, hard look at yourself. But anyway, calf raises with the kettlebells. Yes, I've got straps. It's not a back day. That's because I used to do, like, I mean, you can go back through my videos, my old leg days, and you'd see me do calf raises with the kettlebells always the same way, but not using the straps. And then I thought one day, you know what, why am I not using straps? Yeah, they'll literally help with not having to use my forearms as much, and they do wonders. Honestly, feel great. I don't know if you guys can tell, my calves are slowly growing, and that is not because of these directly, but also I'm doing these 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how much time I've got left, incline walks for my cardio, pretty much for every single at the end of every single workout, and that is setting a treadmill on 15 degrees or the 15th step, whatever. So pretty steep incline, and a relatively decent walking speed. It's like 4 speed. I don't know what the translation for that is in actual speed metrics, but yeah. And by doing that, Lewis put me on. If you guys remember Lewis, we've done that back day with him at his gym. He was saying, how this is how he just does his cardio. Then he also said, side benefit of that is your calves grow. And let me tell you, that is so true. Because my calves are always burning after I finish it, and I never really thought about it. And then one day I'd looked at myself and I was like, my calves are actually getting bigger. And that is down to that. So a combination of doing these kettlebell calf raises, as long in tandem with those incline walks after every single workout, I feel like that is the way to go to grow your calves. Give it a go yourself. I feel like after just a couple of weeks of doing that, you'll see quite a bit of a difference. But anyway, calf raises here. We're going to go for 5 sets. I've done one already. I'm not going to show all of these. They are very repetitive. But yeah, first one's done, and I'm pausing all of them because yes, straps are good, but I just want to ensure that I'm definitely reaching that calf failure rather than letting my forearms be the dictator of that. So let's get into set number 2. Right, my calves are already feeling so sore just after those 2 sets. This is honestly my favourite way of doing calves. Unless you've got that standing calf machine, we've got the pads on your shoulders. That's by far the best one. But this gym, unfortunately, just has this rubbish calf press machine. Which, it's just terrible. So kettlebells, they do the job. Like I say, I think I'm going to only do 2 sets though, rather than 3, because I do want to finish with incline walking. And I feel like it will just be impossible to do that if I completely and utterly destroy my calves. But anyway, we spent way too long talking about calves. I'm going to finish up these sets, and then, like I say, we'll go back to the hamstring machine, which, fingers crossed, should be free now. Right, hamstring curls. One thing I wish this gym did have was a seated variation. Don't get me wrong, I love the laying down one, but I have a feeling if you have both a seated and laying down one, a combination of both here and there would be a little bit better. But you gotta deal with what you got, I suppose. 4 sets here to finish off this leg day. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to show more than 2 sets because, let's be honest, who actually here, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but who actually here wants to watch 4 sets of laying hamstring curls? If there is a very big demand for it, sure, I can show all the sets, but I don't think anyone cares for that. Anyways, this leg day is already getting on a little bit, so just get straight to the first set. Okay, final set. Drop the weight down by 1 pin for this one. I'll be honest, I just want to get this set over and done with. My legs are so defeated that I'm ready to call this leg day a day, to put it that way. But anyways, final set. Let's finish strong. Right, I'm done. Honestly, I don't think any cardio is going to be done for today. I feel like if I even try to walk for 5 minutes, my legs are just going to fold underneath me. So we're done. I'm going to do some core work though, like always. Going to finish up with some abs. Maybe we'll get a pump check. I don't know. The thing with the bulk, you can't really see the pump too well, because if you're on a cut, you can see all the quad striations and stuff like that. If you're on a bulk, I mean, the legs just look like blocks of meat. So it's not too easy to see a pump, so I don't really do them. But we'll see. First, let me get my abs done, and if there is no pump check, see you guys back in the car. Okay, I have no idea how old this is going to come out. But yeah, we've got the mirror room where I'm going to do my core work anyway. So I thought, you know what, let's see if we can get some sort of pump check. This is what my legs are looking like now. But I am happy with how the quad, I don't even know if you can see, I think you can. The quad here now, I'm starting to get that proper bulge. It is starting to come out. Calves, yeah, they're getting there. I'm someone who is not genetically gifted at all with calves, so any sort of progress I'll happily take. But yeah, that is the legs. Ooh, I almost got cramp there in my calf. I'm not going to be try flexing the hamstring too much, but yeah, I mean the legs are getting there. The legs are certainly getting there, and if you're ever, this is my an additional point. Let me see if I can sit on this. An additional little point. It's gonna be like I could pretend I'm doing a wall sit here. But yeah, a little tip also, if any of you guys are on a bulk and you're struggling with those calories, think about your legs. That's another little tip that I've thought about. Because if you're someone who has small calves like I do naturally, and think about, if you're gonna bulk, your legs are gonna get bigger as well. And I mean, who doesn't want bigger legs? Especially me, because my legs, let's just say they're not my strongest point. Yeah, they're not like massively disproportionate to the rest of my body or anything like that. But yeah, leg days, yeah, it's fair to say that I'm definitely pushing myself as hard as I can because I do want them to grow a lot more. But anyways, I'm going to literally shift over here, get those ab crunch work, whatever you want to say, done. And yeah, we're done here, so I'll see you back in the car. Right, back in the car, and I've got that post-leg day car sitting syndrome where it is going to take a lot out of me to get up and move because I just want to sit here for the next hour, honestly. And I know for the next, let's say 5 days, my legs are going to be feeling so sore because after not doing legs for pretty much 2 weeks, this one's going to hurt. In a good way, of course, but yeah, when I done that first chest day, when I was back from that holiday, I missed that soreness feeling that you get when you first start training. It definitely felt good. But when it comes to your legs, I don't know if it is going to be that helpful because in my flat there's stairs, and yeah, going up and down the stairs is not fun when your legs are feeling like they're going to fall off. But I guess that's just a byproduct of a good leg day, which today certainly was. Yeah, I feel like my legs are thrashed. Quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves, adductors, and everything else in between. All those sets pushed till failure to a very, very good standard. And yeah, that is that for legs. The time is 12:30 at the moment, so I need to get my calories in, and yeah, that's my priority for this evening right now. So I'm not gonna talk too much, but it's still 16 degrees, and I actually have another little trip coming up on Saturday morning up until Monday evening. I'm gonna be in Lithuania. My oldest brother, he lives out there, so I'm going to visit him. It'll be my first time in Lithuania, actually, so I'm excited to see what they have. And I know he's got a Tesla, and in Europe, in case you don't know, insurance is not on the person. Insurance is on the car, and that's how it should be in the UK, but I'm not getting into a car rant. So yeah, as long as you have a license and the car is insured, you can drive whoever's car you wish. So I'm hoping he lets me rag the Tesla around a little bit. Now I'm joking. I'll be very, very gentle with it for sure. Although I do have to test out that acceleration. I've never driven an electric car before, so that would be interesting. Something to look forward to. But yeah, very good leg day. Tomorrow is, in that case, a chest and shoulder day. Thursday night tomorrow, so definitely looking forward to that already. But like I say, for now, I need to get those calories in. Thank you like always for watching. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you for the next one.